trying to multitask and we are late.
We're late. We're sorry. We were talking backstage.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is my problem. When I'm with friends, we start talking and I'm like, oh, we're supposed to do something, right? Need this. No, this one is better. Okay. Oh, there are some people already. I'm sorry. I'm just going to post it on.
Sorry we held you up. We were having a bit of a gossip. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. Exciting. And before I forget, I have a fly and I have a mosquito. So it's a party around me. So if something flies across the screen, it's not a spirit. We're not witnessing something supernatural. It's just the animal kingdom visiting.
Creatures.
Yeah. But let me just post this on Instagram because why not? Okay.
Busy doing things now.
Yeah, I mean, I can't multitask. I don't know how people do that. I can't read, I can't talk, and I can't do shit at the same time. It's never.
It's a miracle I can talk and shuffle a deck of cards at the same. In fact, often I can't do that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but if you concentrate too much on one, you're gonna stop the other. At least that's me. But yeah, so there are people like, hi Maruta. See, I can't click on things and even pronounce words all together. Like, I was just saying to Richie that I know that Mercury is not retrograde, but I kind of feel like this week I'm retrograde. I'm dropping things. I'm losing things. I just bought a lovely crescent moon necklace. I wore it once, and I don't know where the fuck the necklace is, and I'm not someone who loses things, so it drives me mad because I really like that necklace, and I don't know what it is.
You need to get your pendulum out and give it away.
Yeah, but I have like look at that.
That's nice.
I mean, this is my witchy dress, and now I have some like witchy
bling.
I have the sun as well. I don't know if you can see. It's the sun card.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I have the moon and the stars as well, so I can be like, tarot reader.
Many bodies.
Hi, I don't know early ritual's name. Do you know? No. Okay, please tell us your name because I'm so sorry. I just there's someone that I know, but the chat jumped. Look at that. We have Gerald.
How are you?
Hi. How are you doing?
Is it Tom?
Really?
Maria said hi, Tom. So.
Okay. Then Tom. Hi, Tom. Sorry.
Hi, Tom.
We have Hannah. At least I know Hannah's name.
Hi.
Then look at that. Who's here? Chrissy.
Chris is it, and he wants to know who we're gossiping about. Wow. I have to wait.
I don't know. Just boys. We were gossiping about boys.
Just boys. We're like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. High school. High school gossip. Oh, here's Sarah, my living consciousness.
Hello.
She reminds me of not touching my novel, even though it's already October, and I've made a promise that I will sit down and do the final editing. But honestly, I'm so anxious about it that every time I'm like, okay, today is gonna be the day. I'm gonna spend Sunday all day sitting down doing it. I did everything, but I need to find a way to just lessen the pressure because I'm like, after that, I will actually need to send out, the draft to people, like, and it's just killing me. So
there are people in here to read it. I'm sure we could send stuff to people. They'd be happy to proofread it.
I mean, Nancy is helping me with it. She edited the first, I think, 2 chapters, but when I opened her suggestions, it was like I read everything, and I was like, no. But of course, she helps me with grammar because English. Okay, grammar in general, not me. But in some ways, I was like, but I don't want to change that because that's my voice. That's how I want to say things. So.
I'd be dreadful at that. I'm so protective of stuff like that I do. I can't take.
It's hard. Orsi in retrograde, yes. I need a T-shirt. Orsi in retrograde. This is
back. I'm in retrograde.
I mean, today again, I boarded the wrong bus when I was coming home because there's a big line. They are fixing the lines for the trains that I usually take, so I need to take buses instead. And the display already showed the bus's number that I was supposed to take, but it was early, and everyone was lining up, and I was like, maybe for once the bus came in earlier. We boarded the bus. The bus started moving. I was like, 10 minutes more. I need 10 minutes more for mine to go. So I was like, excuse me. No, it's not. That's the next one. I'm like, okay, then can we get off? Like, thank you. So I'm like, I must be in retrograde because I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, yes, Tom. Hi. Sorry, Tom. Okay. I will do my best to remember. Hi, Claire. I love the assortment of hearts. I really do love it.
And pumpkins.
Yes. It's pumpkin season.
Pumpkin season.
Did you do anything already? Like decoration and stuff like that?
There's a few things up here, but they're a bit far away. Mm-hmm. I've got autumn leaves scattered through the place. And I've made a wreath, and I've also made a wreath for Halloween as well to go on the door. So I'm super prepared. But I can't put anything up for another week or so because it's Peter's birthday this weekend coming. And I like to have his cards up and
Oh yes. I mean, you can't see anything from mine, but I have this part. James is there, and I started collecting leaves because the ones that I had from previous years are all like colorless now. So I'm picking up leaves. Everyone is looking at me like, why am I boarding the bus in the morning with leaves in my hand? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't.
I'm a bit like I go to work, I'm clutching feathers and sort of acorns.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the one who picks
You're right. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, but when something looks like this nice, like interesting,
that's lovely.
How could I leave that there?
How can you not pick it up? Ooh.
It's beautiful. And I was wearing black and white dress that day, so I was like, ooh.
Perfect. Perfect.
My mom told me that these are, signs from the angels or whatever, the universe, that you're protected and, that they are thinking of you. So I'm like, I'm going to just get it. It's mental health day. So I'm like, do I have mental health issues? Obviously.
But like many of us have to celebrate being so brave. I love that.
Because my dad.
No.
Gerald one? Oh, the reading? Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes, we were. Yes. By the way, I will post, I scheduled my This Happened video for Thursday, but just a heads up, I don't know why, because it's, in retrograde.
You're in retrograde.
My iPad, the front-facing camera, records the sound so like noisy for some reason, and I didn't realize it, and I filmed the whole 44 minutes rant and just stories and everything, and then I checked the video and it was like zzz, and I'm like, I'm not gonna film this again because I had no idea what I was talking about. So if you want to catch up with me, my channel, my whatever, then please bear with the noise because
she's in retrograde, everyone.
Yeah, I am in retrograde. I know. That's why we have Lainey as well.
That's why you need Lainey in your life.
Yeah, there's a diamond. Hi, Teresa. Did I say hi to everybody? I'm so sorry if I missed anyone. I hope I didn't.
Let's have a look.
Anybody
there? Claire, did you say hello to Claire?
Yeah, I said, yeah, Claire. I mean, I'm in my head. I did, so I hope I did it in real life as well. But yeah, so if anybody wants a reading or you just want to chat, we're all happy for the options. I have my hot tea because it's already winter. Yeah.
Is it snowing yet?
Sorry?
Is it snowing yet?
I don't think it's gonna snow because I looked at my Instagram a few days ago because I was looking for something, and I think I posted one day in January when there was legitimate snow. Because thank you. Well, so I don't know.
Well, apparently it's an it's an El Nino year. Is that right? Or La Nina? I can't remember. One of them anyway. Which means it could be. Do you remember a few years ago we had the Beast from the East, that art weather that came in from from your neck of the woods, actually, Orsi, and
Really?
it kind of obliterated the most of the UK. Yeah.
Yeah, because they cut out most of the forests here,
Yeah.
and then they are surprised that it's windy and cold. Like, maybe because you cut out the forest that would have stopped it. Yeah. Oh, okay. Chris needs a reading. Oh. So, had a pretty shitty situation happening at work last week, and it left.
Sorry to hear that.
Oh, okay. Okay, we can do it.
I got told off for using the S word by Sarah.
S.
Snow.
Okay. Sorry, I was like, what were we talking about? Okay, so I have a few decks. Any preferences? I have the Horror Tarot, the Oak Ash and Thorn, as the Zombie Tarot, and those are the three tarot decks that I have. So if Chris, if you have any, and then after that, Sarah.
Sarah would like a reading.
Yeah. Okay. So if any deck preference, if not, then. Oh, happy anniversary! Oh my god!
Is it really a year? My goodness, that's
wow! Oh wow! I was thinking of something else, but yeah. Okay. Yeah. No deck preference, so I'm gonna do let's do the zombie. I kind of feel like it might be.
Are we going for Chris then? Let's do Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really awful. I'm sorry to hear that, Chris, for you.
Yeah. Oh, I need someone else to join because it says it's 12 people are watching. I want 13.
I could get the cat signed on. She's sitting in the chair. I could get the tablet.
Oh, true. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay, we will. I'm trying to be very careful not to put someone in a timeout instead of
timeouts, please.
Yeah, instead of starring the message. I did that last time, so I feel horrible. Okay, so Chris.
I'm just giving it a good shuffle, so you go on ahead.
Yeah, cards are not really in the chatting mood today, it seems. That's too much. Yes, Friday the 13th is this week. I'm just so freaking excited. If you have the cards already, you can start because still shuffling.
Of course, I've overcomplicated everything as ever.
Yeah, of course. Not as complicated. Oh, okay. I like this one.
Okay, shall I go first?
Yes, because I'm still...
Okay, so Chris, obviously you don't know what the situation is, but I pulled a card to kind of represent it, and you've got 9 of Wands reverse. I don't often read reversals, but I felt that it was really important. And actually, Chris, I have to say, you're a person that I know who've given me lots of advice on reversal cards and what reversals meaning. So it's that blockage, and it feels like if you had that way up, you would be, standing your ground, having played the long game, having fought the long battle, and here the blockage behind it. It just feels like you're not getting the recognition for all the hard graft that's been put in somehow. It almost like something skipped over you to get to another place. I don't know if it's something to do with promotion or whether something, but it just feels like you're not getting the recognition for it. I pulled some other cards. So the situation of people around you, I've got the 8 of Swords. I wonder if people are closing rank at all on that one there, and either keeping themselves to themselves or perhaps isolating people at your work. I don't know if that means anything to you. Obstacle. Now, this is really interesting. The obstacle that's happening is the Empress. And often we don't think of the Empress as an obstacle. But here, I suppose, perhaps it could be to do with productivity. It could be that the problem is that too much is being produced, or people perhaps being a bit too artistic, or perhaps too grounded. I don't know. Perhaps, that might mean some more sense to you. But I pulled a card on how to get over this obstacle, and you've got the Chariot, which is a great card to have, because it's about holding tight to the reins and keep going there. You know, ride the rough and the smooth and move quickly through it, because it will pass. You know, these things will eventually pass, and you'll be in a better position having moved on, having kept yourself organized, having kept yourself on the straight and narrow, you know, right down the middle of the road. And actually just sort of playing, not necessarily playing the game, but doing the pathway that you are true to is the right way forward. I pulled an oracle card for you for an overarching kind of thought, and you just got a card of peace, which is open your heart. So whatever's happening, you're going to have to find your own inner peace. You know, it's things are going to happen around you. Not necessarily rock the boat, but just be true to yourself. Just be absolutely true to yourself on that one there, and it will pass. But I'm sorry that you don't appear to be getting the recognition that you probably well deserve.
Yeah, so Chris said that the obstacle is my manager, so that totally makes sense.
Okay.
And yeah, it's the cards that I pulled are not talking about the situation at all, just, you know, what you can do. And the first one was the star. So, you know, it's an encouragement that, you know, healing is already happening. It's whatever happened. I would say you don't need to think about it too much. You don't need to focus on it too much, because the second card was the two of, I think, hazards, two of pentacles, which is, you know, all about that work life, personal life balance. And in this case, I would just say that just go back to how your regular work days are. Like, I'm not saying pretend everything is fine. Just know that whatever happened. All you can do is move forward and go back to, you know, working. Like, you have to treat your workplace as what it is. It's your workplace. It's not your personal life. It's not your most inner relationships. It's not as important in that sense. That these relationships that you have with other people, obviously important, and they can affect your mood. But if you take a step back and you can just separate yourself from it and be like, that's my manager. They pay me whatever they pay me to do whatever job I'm doing. I'm just going to do the job and maybe not get involved as much with the people. But, you know, the Ace of Cups was the third card speaking. So from this situation, I feel like there's going to be a new beginning, in a way that I'm not saying that there's going to be an opportunity coming from it. I don't feel it like this, because I pulled the forgiveness card from the building a relationship deck. And from the zombie oracle, it was the let go. So it's the same thing. Just move forward, let it go, let it heal. Don't stress about things. Don't really think about, if you can, obviously, you know, like, try to separate yourself from what happened, because move forward, like, just like the Chariot said. And maybe the new beginning that you're going to gain from it is a new perspective on the job that you're doing and its place in your life, that, you know, you can just rearrange the what's the word I'm looking for, the priorities, you know, what and how you prioritize in your life. And maybe this job is not as, it shouldn't be as high as it was before, if this makes any sense.
I wish you all the best with it, Chris. I hope that things clear
absolutely up. But I mean, my cards are all positive, and it just, you know, like, shows healing and moving forward. So I would say it will sort itself out.
Yeah.
Of course. Oh, we have Beth here.
Hi, Beth.
Yeah. Okay. Next one is Sarah.
Oh, Sarah wants to read it.
Yeah, I don't think she specified anything, so we can do whatever we want.
We can just throw the cards and see what happens.
Yes. Exactly. We can be whatever we want, which is us. So, nothing exciting.
What day is it today? The 10th, isn't it? The 10th, isn't it? Okay. Sorry, I'm just thinking. I'll do the next few weeks for Sarah. See what's.
Zombies, please, just general. Okay. Because I was just like, I'm going to pull okay, not going to pull that deck. I was like, I'm going to go with some gentle messages with the Oak Ash and Thorn, but obviously not.
Can I ask a question? Does your Oak Ash and Thorn have a barcode on it?
No, it's the original doesn't have a barcode.
Doesn't have anything at all. I thought so.
No. Yeah. The fake one. I'm assuming any fake one.
I know. I've seen quite a few around, and that's a bit. Quite often you spot a fake by the fact it's a QR code, don't you?
Yeah. Like, I just wish people would stop buying them. I understand that they are much cheaper, but they are just so worse, like so much worse. The quality is horrible. You really don't get the same reading if you're using a cheap copy. I can't believe that is true. So, okay, so Sarah. I'm gonna put this one back.
Should I start?
Yes, yours quicker than me.
I always say I do it too quickly. I don't do it too quickly, but I'm always very conscious of jumping in first and going, I'll go. Right, so I've got an overarching energy of the Ace of Swords, Sarah, for you. So it really feels that the next 3 weeks, let's call it autumn. Let's just call it the autumn or fall period. It's a chance for you to reclaim back your victorious energies. Now, I know, Sarah, that this time of the year is your absolute favorite. So it makes absolute sense that this is the time when you're thriving in your element and that you are feeling perhaps at the top of your game and that everything there is wonderful. So I know that one about you. But the Ace of Swords is suggesting that use that personal joy that you get from this season to, put your thoughts down, get your plans into action and use it to drive it forward there. I've got some lovely cards for you. I've got the Star and I've got the Nine of Cups, and both of those cards are about wishing and being hopeful and being positive and, setting some really strong intentions that will pay off, and I'm not going to say take a bit of a gamble, but I don't see how you can fail, to be honest with you, because both of these cards are lucky. They're hopeful, they're positive, they're driven, they're everything that you want them to be. So there's just wonderful there, and that ties in nicely with the Ace of Swords as well. There's one card I did pull, which is interesting. I got the Two of Swords reversed. And I pulled a card to try and clarify that one, and it makes sense, absolutely. It's live in the moment. And the Two of Swords is often about not quite sure which path to take, or stalemate, or getting stuck in a plan, or getting stuck in your head. So, it's time to actually not be that. That's why it's reversed. It's time to just get out of your headspace, take the luck that's coming from these ones, and just have a ball. Just have an absolute wonderful time. Live in the moment.
Sorry, I'm trying to murder the fly with my eyes.
You do that. You murder that fly.
But yeah, so at first when I was shuffling, I was like, oh, who knows? But as soon as the first card came out, I was like, it's gonna be about writing. We're talking about writing. But it's a good thing, it's not a bad. I'm not saying that you're not doing anything. But the first card is the Knight of Wands. Look at that sexy mofo. It's time to get on that horse of passion. Go back and gather something that will excite you. You should be the one who brings this offer. I kind of feel like if you look at the card, the zombie is actually bringing a hand with it, like, hey, high five, I'm here, let's do this. And I don't with the cards. and with the topic that I, like popped into my head, I don't think that it's going to be someone else that's going to ignite your passion. It's you who needs to find the motivation. But once you do it, you need to combine that. I want to do everything. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna write 100 million pages a day. Energy with a more strategic, more down to earth. Let's carve out a specific time in a day for writing energy, because we have the king of hazards, king of hazards, the king of pentacles, which this is not the I'm gonna come up with a strategy and stick with it king, but it's a king who manages their resources very well. So you need to find a balance between that passionate, fiery, creative energy that needs you need it in order to be able to write or work on the book, with something like, okay, but what is it, what an actual expectation that I can set up, so I'm not gonna set myself up for failure. And the advice to how to do that was the simplicity card. I love this card, honestly, the colors and everything. Mine. It's don't overthink. Don't come up with huge timetables, and don't fall into the trap of, oh, I'm gonna do the first like what I did. Then I'm gonna do the first few chapters or a chapter a day and stuff like that, because some chapters are longer than the other ones. Some chapters are gonna be easier to edit or write than other ones. So just go with the flow. Set skeletal plans, I would say, and stick to those. Like, okay, I want to cover the first third of the book within 2 weeks or something like that. And then you can actually just adjust and work on things and find that rhythm that will actually propel you forward, which is awesome. We might even do that. We can do this. So yes, I hope this one, is useful, and you can just use it.
Lovely.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so we had Sarah. Then we have the lovely Gerald. Oh, okay.
It's our first anniversary.
Oh, yeah. Working through burnout. Yeah. Same. Oh. I understand. Same. I mean, I I sympathize. I know how hard and daunting it is to go back to writing. But we want to be writers, published authors, so we need to do this. That's good. I know better than to overwhelm myself.
Yeah.
You know better than me. Because I'm in retrograde.
You are in retrograde.
Yeah, I am. Okay, Gerald. Okay, I'm going to do the Oak, Ash, and Thorn, because I'm not pulling the horror tarot or the zombie tarot for anniversary readings.
To a nicer deck. I thought we don't need to have something like Deviant Moon hanging over you, do you? I don't know.
The Knight of Wands again. Ooh, the Knight of Wands. I know why it's coming up for me, but... Dun, 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 dun.
And I'm not using Labanco tonight, so there's no devils and pomegranates. I'm sorry.
I should have asked for it.
Sorry to disappoint. Well, no.
I still want you to do a reading for me with that deck, please. Please.
I might do one day.
I would love that. A relationship related, just in general advice on whatever, on love with that deck. And if the devil is not coming out...
Redraw, put them all back and redraw.
Yeah, exactly. Until you get it right. Okay. I don't know, but I start singing stuff like that. But... wedding anniversary. Oh, okay. Things you hate when a tarot reader says, "Ooh, okay." Okay, we have another one. Oh God, I love this deck. Like shuffling it. Oof, oof, oof. Dun, 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 dun. And you can start if you want. Interesting. Interesting. Repeating cards. Interesting. Should I start? Are you still thinking?
I pulled about 1,000 cards, so yeah.
Okay. So it's more of an advice than, like, oh, everything is going to be fine, because, you don't need that. You actually need something that you can work with. So I pulled 2 cards from the Building a Relationship deck. Also mine. Also, you can buy it, link in bio, everything like that. The one of them is the regret, and the other one is attraction. And with the other cards, the tarot cards together, I would say is to never forget that, even though you love each other, a relationship requires work. It shouldn't be hard work. It's not something like you are forcing yourself to do. It needs to come from your soul, that you want to work on this, you want to communicate, you want to find things that will attract the two of you together. So like plan date nights, and stuff like that, where you can just actually connect on a deeper level. I think you would do that, but that's the advice, to not live with regret. So if you can go and watch a play, or go to a museum together, and you can find something that the both of you are interested in, do it together, then don't pass on the opportunity, because those are the things that can build up and strengthen a connection. Interestingly, the tarot cards were the first one. We have the Hangman, and look at the tiny mouse. And usually the Hangman is being in a position where you can see clearly, or you're the victim of circumstances, stuff like that. But in this case, I would say don't be afraid to put the other person first, and be in a more of a more in the position of being at service to the others. Because if you can find a way to connect with Jeffrey like that, like finding ways to do things that he likes, even if it's not that important for you, put him first more often, or each other, because it's pretty much for the both of you. That can be helpful. We also have, again, the card that I showed, the Knight of Wands. So passion, like honestly, with the dates and everything, like find ways to connect, and find ways to fall in love with each other, like every day. Isn't that like something like books or whatever, they say that find ways to fall in love with each other every day? And because in the long run, both of you can become the King of Pentacles, who's very, very reliable, and definitely someone that is worth marrying and being married to. So, and those are the repeating cards. So I'm sure, yeah, I don't know if it makes any sense, but
makes sense. Sounds good.
Yours?
Right, I've got for you that I'm using the Tower of Oneness, of course. Knight of Swords. This year has all been about exploring, getting through the first year, enjoying the first year of marriage. But that's just the base camp. You've still got wonderful new ventures to do. And the Knight of Swords reminds us, to talk and to communicate and to think and to share thoughts. Share your thoughts about what you want to do during the next year, and just communicate those across, so that everybody is aware of, or both partners are aware of, how people think and what you want to achieve. I've pulled some cards for sort of what to do together, so it's something to look forward to this year. And exciting, the Wheel of Fortune and the Fool is coming out. I would suggest, there's a maze on this card, and there's one of these wonderful trees in the center of it. I would suggest using this year to try something new, a new exploration, perhaps into something metaphysical that neither of you have been into before. And, take the opportunity to take that step forward, to plunge into something that you've never tried before. And that will just keep the energies going nicely through the year. Something to look out for. I would suggest stuff that you do at home. Both these cards have got home, garden, or yard attached to it. You've got the Knight of Pentacles there, and you've got the Nine of Pentacles. Sorry, and you've got this wonderful birdhouse there, and it's suggesting, stuff to do around the house. And it might just be a little bit slow. The Knight of Pentacles is often a little bit counting the finances or thinking about resources or just quite slow in the process of bringing things forward on that one. So that's just something to be aware, because that can be, particularly if you're talking and thinking, that can be quite a frustrating thing for one person to be up against if the energies aren't working together there. I've pulled one card just to be aware of, and you've got the Moon card. I love this card so much there. Just be aware, of course, and I don't need to tell you this, but both of you have, had lives previously with other relationships, other things going on. You may sometimes find that somebody just says something, or you're aware of something that's happened in the past that you weren't aware of before. We all have a past. We don't always wear it on our sleeve. Secrets may come out, things that happened in the past, but just take it in your stride. And I suppose that's part of this wonderful, new, exciting next level, going from base camp up to the next pinnacle, or the next summit, I should say, as we're using a mountaineering term. So yeah, it looks wonderful. Just enjoy it and find something to do together that's new and exciting.
Yeah. Awesome. Bye, Sarah. Thank you so much for being here. Okay.
Bye.
On star comment, we have
happy anniversary.
Yeah.
Forgot to say that.
Yeah. Okay, so the situation resolved without me having to get super stressed. Okay.
Just the situation resolved without having to get. Okay.
Hopefully it's a yes. But if not, we will see what to do to find, like something to deal with it. It's so cold in my room. This is a situation that is really stressful for me. So, but I can deal with it, because I'm gonna just move under my bed cover. Well, once this live is done, that's
so you're back into bed.
Yeah, I'm leading by example. I want to mention my show me your death card idea.
Show me your death card. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to say it at the beginning of the stream so people can, hear about it. But I might post a short video on it. But while I'm shuffling, I'm just gonna tell you guys, because before I forget. I don't know what the date is for next week. Where is the calendar? It's the 17th. But I'm thinking about actually getting a tattoo, the tarot related tattoo, and I need 2 cards for it. I have the High Priestess from the Spacious Tarot that I really like, but I don't like the Death card in that deck. So I'm thinking about inviting people who have interesting decks, or like a lot of decks with a lot of Death card, onto a stream, so you can like everybody can shower me with that cards, and we can come up with a tattoo idea. So if anybody wants to join, even if you don't have a YouTube channel, just do let me know. I will post a short, but you can comment down below and everything like that. Just please help me. Okay. And now to the reading.
Okay, so overarching energy for Claire, I've got the Ace of Wands. This is very interesting, because this seems like quite a hot topic. The situation, will it be resolved without her getting super stressed? It seems like it's quite burning. It's quite fiery, as the wand suit would suggest. So it's something that's taking up a lot of energy, a lot of time, a lot of thought. So let's delve a little bit deeper into the reading. Three of Wands would suggest that you're perhaps doing quite a good job of sailing over the surface without letting on that you might be super stressed by this one there, because the Three of Wands suggests that this situation is happening, that you are kind of in control of it, or you're making people believe that you're more in control of it than perhaps you actually are. I hope that makes a bit of sense there. I'm suggesting that when you do feel stressed, you look to your family, because you've got the 10 of Cups here. This is a beautiful card. We've got the orcas in here with a rainbow. You know, orcas, whales, they work in a pod. They work as a tight community. So when you are getting stressed, go back to your family. And I'm using the term for whatever you class as your family. It might be your close friends. It might be the people you live with, because they are the ones that are going to support you through it. And I don't know whether you have particularly expressed everything to them. Perhaps you've kept some bits back from them, but I would go ahead and just try and draw on them when you need to. A way forward for you. I've got the embodiment of Cups, which is the King of Cups. Now, this is a wonderful card to have. It's suggesting that you, rather than getting stressed by the situation, try and turn that energy, that perhaps negativity, if you want to call it that, into something that's more constructing, as in emotional, because we can let our emotions really run riot when we are stressed. It's about knowing when those stress levels come in and being able to cope with them and find them and deal with them. And if necessary, talk about them and even pass on ideas to other people. The King of Cups is very much in control of their emotions. And it's suggesting that you need to try and be calm, very much like this card was suggesting about, you know, you're carrying on and not letting on how stressed it can be. The overall kind of outcome of this is the Nine of Wands. Now, this card is a lovely embodiment of it. It's not a particularly nice card, but you've got these poor turtles dashing to the sea, and you've got this seagull trying to pick them off. So here it feels like time's running away, or time pressure is being on here, and you just got to ride it out, basically. Get your head down and go for it. You'll be okay. You'll be absolutely okay. It's just that last bit is a bit like a rites of passage, or it's just not a nice thing you have to do, but you are actually tough enough and strong enough to survive it if you think about using those other two cards that we talked about there. I hope that's helpful.
So yeah, I got something similar. I have the Two of Swords. Look at those sexy little bony hands. And this card is usually, you know, like it's about a decision needs to be made. But the other aspect of the card is that usually the chatter that comes from the outside, from other people, even if they want to help, you know, you need to let those opinions, let those helpful like conversations go, because you know what you want, you know deep inside what you need. Other people might have an idea of what's best for you, and even if they have the best intention, sometimes they are wrong because they are not you. So what you need to do, how you can maintain your calm, is to remind yourself what you want out of this situation and what you think or how you think you can achieve that. And I'm saying that because the other card is the King of Pentacles. And, you know, King of Pentacles already appeared. So it's quite interesting that we have a lot of repeating cards today. Is someone who can manage their resources well. So, you know, and by resources, not just money. It's about your energy, how you spend your energy, how much and who, like you said something about, you know, like share the burden with other people. So you can do that without letting them decide instead of you. So just negate or delegate the problems if you can. Because, you know, the King of Pentacles is not just about managing your resources, you know, oh, I'm doing it well, but actually staying in control. So even if something doesn't go according to plan, you know that you have the foundation, you have that core that you can build up on, so you don't need to stress out because you're going wherever you need to go. And I'm saying that because the other card is the Queen of Pentacles, who, you know, is the queen side of the same energy. But this is the card that I read as every time the Queen of Pentacles show up in a reading, I always take it as an extra confirmation that I'm protected. Whoever the reading is about is protective. It's a nod from the upstairs. And because we have the King of Pentacles, I especially feel like this was just a nod that don't worry, you're safe, you're protected, everything is going to happen in a way that is the best for you, even if you don't see it in the moment. You just, you know, you have to just remind yourself that deep inside, I keep getting this feeling that, you know, deep inside everything is fine. You have that rock solid core that you can build on. So yeah, hopefully this is good and useful. Okay. Of course, that's why he's here, because you do.
Like and subscribe. That's all I can say.
Yes, Richard's channel is linked down below as well. So if you haven't,
Thank you. That's very kind.
Are you crazy? How could you not?
It's free. Why wouldn't you?
Exactly, free. It's an issue I'm standing up for in the community. Oh. Yeah, and you know, remind yourself that you know what you want. You know what's right.
Yeah.
Because the King of Pentacles is exactly who can see what's the best for the majority of the people, you know, for everyone, not just for a select few. So
well, good luck with it, Claire.
Yeah. Okay, next one was Teresa, and there's two. So the first one is, my life is a mess right now. Are you in retrograde? Let me see. Short term. Okay. Short term advice. God, I'm such a horrible shuffler when it comes to riffle shuffling things. Okay. So short term. The Two of Swords is the little high priestess for be more practical in daily life, trusting my knowing. Yeah, it has that aspect, especially with the illustration as well. Hi, Kristen Louise. Kristen Louise is posting videos on her channel, by the way, so if you haven't subscribed to her, then you should do it as well. Let's start. Please,
Let's
Richard.
do this. Have a drink of water. You're going to go first.
I can. So interestingly, I went with a simple 3-card reading. I don't know where the mess is coming from, but in the problem area, we got the 10 of Cups, and the 10 of Cups is everything you want in a relationship, everything you want regarding love. And if it's not, you know, like a person because you're not into that, or it's not relationship related, then it connects to something that you really care about, that you see long term in your life. And because it's in the problem area, it could be that someone is causing you the stress. So it's related to a person, a close, maybe family member, or someone that who has that effect on you. If they say something like really bad, then it's gonna affect your mood. Or, you know, if it's not a person, that it can mean that something that you really have high hopes for the longer like future it's not going as well or in a way that you're expecting it currently. But we have the Six of Swords in the current what you can do situation place, and that is moving forward. The Six of Swords is not an easy place to move forward. It's not like, oh, I'm just gonna jump into the boat and like row across the river and everything is gonna be fine. It's about carrying those extra baggages from the past, carrying the swords, and it's not an easy thing to move on from. But it suggests that whatever is in the problem area, because we're not being specific, so could be 100 million things, you will find a way soon to start moving away from it. Maybe you will find a new perspective on it. Maybe you will realize that even if you want this thing to be in your life in this form, that how you dreamed it in your head, it's not good for you. And that when you realize that you can change things, you start slowly moving forward into a direction that's better fits the situation. And the tendency is the Eight of Wands. So once you start moving forward, once you start realizing that you need to change something, and when you figure out what you need to change exactly, things are gonna just really quickly start going into the right direction, because the Eight of Wands is that energy that propels you forward, that will make you move where you need to go. So
yeah,
it kind of suggests some soul searching. Like, if you don't know what's the problem that I'm talking about with this card, just think about the first thing that when I started talking about the cards, you thought about something, and that's usually our gut instinct signaling that, hey, this is the area that I need to take a closer look at.
yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Awesome.
Okay, Teresa, I'm really sorry to hear you're having a tough time at the moment. The cards do suggest that, so thank you for putting that in, because that helps with the reading, I think. Overarching, I've got the Seven of Pentacles for you. So this is where you are moving forward at the moment. It's slow growth. If you look here, somebody is planting a little seedling that's going to one day be a fabulous tree. But at the moment, it's still a seedling, and it's often very difficult to imagine that tree or see that tree in all its glory, particularly this time of year when the leaves are coming off. It can be quite a difficult time of the year for people going from summer into the darker months there. But you are putting down those roots right now. You're nurturing it, and it's just going to take time for it to grow. So I'm not suggesting there's going to be any quick fixes here, but what you're doing is the right thing. It's just going to take its time to come into fruition here. Really interesting cards, kind of trying to summarize the situation. I have the Queen of Pentacles. Also, I think you talked about the Queen of Pentacles just recently. And before we go into interpretation, I just want to show you the colors, because this card represents you. You have this kind of, oh, thank you, this kind of green, earthy, earth mother, nurturing, wonderful energy. And the situation that's happening around you, just look at the color of the cards. Oh, sorry, let's get them down the right way. We have grays, and we have barren landscape compared to what you are yourself. So it feels like the situation that's happening around you isn't the territory you want to be in. It's not growthful. It's not bountiful. It's just very dark, sterile, almost dead, it feels, in the landscape around you. Let's take the meaning of the cards that we've got here. We've got the Five of Swords. So that's a victory that somebody's won, but let's face it, it's not a happy victory. It's a tiny little cup, and they've had to destroy the countryside in order to get that tiny victory. It wasn't worth it in the first place. And then you've got the Eight of Swords, which would suggest that the situation itself is binding you up, and you are allowing yourself to be tied up in knots because of it. So actually, the Eight of Swords is about realizing that you have the ability to let this go at some point, find your way out of it, and from that you can regrow. Because the rest of the cards, once you get through that state, are marvelous. I've got for you the High Priestess in reverse.
Oh.
Wait for you. It's a lovely spa retreat. Look at that, this High Priestess. But it's in reverse. It's saying get out your head. Stop thinking about things. Get out your head. The High Priestess is all about the head. So reverse means get out your head. Stop overthinking things. Let's try get back to the idea of planting that seedling. But you've also got the Nine of Cups. Look, we've got the goose that lays the golden egg here on this one here. It's a wonderful card. Is that, you know, once you get out of this dark territory, you're going to have the pickings of victory. You can, whatever you put your mind to, you can be successful there. It's just a case of almost remembering who you are. Don't let this situation, whatever it is, tie you up in knots. Get over it. Get out of your head. Stop the poor me attitude. I know it's a really difficult thing for me to have to say to people and to hear. But also get some rest. Try not to let the situation, don't go to bed thinking about the situation. Try and find a mechanism, a coping mechanism that allows you to get some rest, whether that's meditation or doing something before you go to bed, so that you're not constantly caught up in this kind of cycle of what's been going on. I hope that helps. I'm really sorry. It's a nice reading because you've got those lovely Nine of Cups there, but at the moment it all seems a little bit bleak.
But you know, moving from that energy, and it's
gonna things will change. Things always change.
Yeah,
that's why we read the cards, isn't it?
Exactly. King of Cups and Nine of Cups. Okay. I am hopeful. I'm in my head too much. Welcome to the club. The thing that I'm working on for about more so a year or so ago now, and I cannot speak anymore. I'm so sorry, guys. It's you know, it's after work. It's winter.
She's gone into. I can't talk now either.
I mean, come talk to me next summer.
Welcome to the live where no one can find any words to talk.
Welcome to the live when I'm in the retrograde. That's good.
Yeah, I'm in retrograde.
I need a t-shirt, honestly. I used to paint so many t-shirts. Like not print it, like, you know, like everybody can do that. No, I was hand painting stuff. But I don't have the, no.
I like your dancing solstice. Try to relax into the goddess.
Yeah. I like that.
I've got my Foxy shirt on, especially for you.
Oh.
It's a bit, you know, I like your little animal decks and things like that. Not very little. I wore it especially for you.
Oh, and should I say that I had I had McDonald's for lunch today, and I had the Fox, whatever it's called, mushroom burger, so which wasn't good, honestly.
I was going to say I'm wearing black because of you, because it is my soul, you know.
Oh, I mean, I'm dressed all up in the witchy stuff, so like all day, everything. But I want my crescent moon necklace. So everybody who's good at, you know, finding things, please. Maybe someone with a Lenormand deck knowledge could look into where my freaking necklace is.
I can tell you where your necklace is.
Please do.
Where you left it last.
Oh, but where is that? Okay, interesting reading that I'm getting.
Sorry, right, I need to concentrate now. Let's do it. Message from my ancestors.
Okay, can I be so bold to ask if your relationship status, because it depends on. Please, Archangel, I'm not going to pronounce your name. Samuel? Sure?
Yeah, Archangel.
Samuel.
And St. Anthony helps find stuff as well. So a quick prayer to St. Anthony normally does the trick for me.
Then please look into like, please. But
You have to do that.
Lenormand is supposed to be good for it. So
It is.
I will check. Where's my Lenormand deck? I don't know. Whatever. So yeah, if it's not too personal, please let me know if you care about love. If you have a boyfriend, nice. Okay. Interesting, because the first card that came out was the Strength, and I don't think that the message is that you need to be strong. I more so feel like this is a reminder that you are stronger than you think. But also, if you look at the card, this animal, which I forgot the name. What is this? Like a black and white badger, a black and white pretending to be a cat, but it's not a cat. Well, badger. It's surrounded by other animals. If you look at it, so their strength in fighting. Look at those bodies. Fighting the everyday battles, or the battles of the everyday life with other people, sharing yourself with other people a bit more, because we also have the Wheel of Fortune, and Wheel of Fortune is an opportunity. It's usually fated, but you have to actually say yes to it, because what's fated about it, at least how I read the Wheel of Fortune, is you will get that opportunity no matter what you do, but what you do with the opportunity is completely up to you. That's where free will comes in. So there are certain elements of life that we come down here, or before we born, we decide on. That's just my belief system. So but what we do with it is completely up to us. What we do with it in the 3D. So he's there in the hospital. I'm trying to be supportive. Could be very well. Maybe then this is an opportunity for the two of you to get closer, because the third card, that's why I was asking about the love, is the Two of Cups. And it's about an equal relationship. So I don't know where you are with the relationship, if it's new, if it's, like a long term, whatever. But this could be an opportunity for the two of you to get closer, even more so than you were before. Then maybe it's because, you can lend this person support that they need. I would say.
Well, that's very interesting. I've got an overarching energy of the sun. So, like you kind of said, everything's. I don't think you said this, Orsi, but there was a sense that everything's okay. Everything, and the sun suggests that is that actually, you're in a very good place. Your relationship's in a very good place. Obviously, things are happening around, but actually, everything is ticking along as it should do, and that's a good place to be in. You've got a lot of. I'm going to say, I think you've got a lot of very strong personalities around you, whether that's with your partner, your family, your close friends. I really got a sense here. The reason I'm saying that, I've got Justice and the King of Wands here, and both of them look like they are just sitting there going, I'm not going anywhere. I am here. And that particular King of Wands, it's very much, take notice of me. I am here. So, and the King of Wands, as we know, has got oodles, bucket loads of personality, which can sometimes be amazing and funny and witty and a joy, and other times downright annoying with the amount of energy that this person has. So the King of Wands is kind of really sitting there, and I don't know whether this represents your partner or perhaps somebody else in your life, but is sitting there and is real center of what's going on. So it doesn't surprise me when you say that you're supporting them, because that King of Wands is the focus for the reading. You've got Justice on the other side of that one there, which would suggest perhaps that the time is being spent with this person. Are you giving yourself enough breathing space? I don't know, because the other card that I pulled for you was Deep Dive Self-Discovery. Now, that seems to go almost opposite to what our King of Wands is. When he's craving attention, it's very easy to give that King of Wands all the attention that they need. So perhaps it's time not necessarily to step backwards, but to try and find that time or reclaim that time for you. Yeah, it's quite passionate. Now, it's interesting you said that, because the bottom of the deck, you've also got the Knight of Wands there as the energy. So that's why I'm thinking there's just so much charisma in here that can sometimes just be, sometimes just a little bit too much. Let's be honest, you know, it's the case. So I'm just suggesting take time for yourself, because I've also got, and originally he was reversed, but I'm not reading him as reversed because I'm allowed to do that. I've got the 7 of Pentacles for you. And I just think, you know, sometimes it is for our own benefit to slip on a green cloak, go out in the countryside, spend some time with trees, cutting mistletoe, you know, on our own, doing what we need to do, finding that self-discovery, spending time out in nature, doing what you want to practice, doing what you want to do, shutting the bedroom door on them just for 5-10 minutes, because that's important for you to take that and to just be yourself, ground yourself again with it. There we go.
And if you think about it, this ties into the 2 of Cups, because you cannot be in an equal relationship if your cup is not full. So if you don't love yourself, you don't know yourself enough, it's not going to be an equal relationship. So that's cool. That's cool. So we still had one reading for Teresa, but I don't know. Is she still here? Okay, this is going to be the last one. So I'm hoping.
So Teresa, book about my life.
Yeah, because we're at an hour now. So I'm going to do the zombies, because why not? Because it sounds like, you know, I want to do the reading because this is a book about my life. And yay for another one who's editing there that dropped. I mean, I am edit. I will edit my book. I need to. It's just, you know, when something is the most important thing in your life, it's hard to deal with it. Okay, so, and you know, before we say anything, just remember that whatever is coming out right now is not set in stone. So if right now the cards are like, it's not gonna be like, it just means that you will, you know, have to do something else in order for it to be more successful. So I don't even know if I want to pull cards for the how successful will it be, because I kind of feel like it's more useful if we pull cards for what to do for it to be successful.
Yeah.
Hi, Sunshine. Thank you so much for subscribing and for being here. We're just finishing, by the way.
Like and subscribe, though.
She already subscribed. I saw the notification, so thank you so much for being here.
Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, tarot reader's voice. I'm doing it again.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I can't help it, you know.
Okay, I'm going to start this ball rolling here, Teresa, for you. I've kind of got a question for you, because I'm going to ask, what are you judging as being successful? Because I've got perspective here, which is the Hanged Man. Okay.
The Hanged Man.
So I'm going to say, what is it that when you said how successful will it be? Are you talking financial? Are you talking exposing? Are you talking as in having a lot of readers? Are you talking about a second book? Are you talking about making money? Are you talking, you know, what is your success criteria? I'm basically there. Because when we look at that, I've got the King of Pentacles, which would suggest that if you put your effort into these resources, because the Pentacle, again, energy is really slow and steady, like writing a book, you don't just rush it and you know, bash it out overnight, then yes, you have been successful in getting your book out into the world for people to read. That is a success. So of course the next part of it is, what's the reception of it like, and is there going to be a second or whatever there. I've pulled the 3 of Cups, which is a very interesting card, because it would suggest here that your book is being discussed, you know, over coffee. people meeting up perhaps in a book club for that one there. I don't know anything about your book. I don't know if it's a kind of book that could be discussed over that, but it looks like it's going to be, at least in your immediate area, your circle, your friends, your family, it's something that they're going to be taking on, something they're going to be discussing, something they're going to be reading about there. And then I've got two, this is very interesting, I've got two Knight cards that came out, the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups, which again suggests that as this book is published, the energies are going to be thoughtful. They're going to be positive, because the cups tend to be kind of emotionally positive. I'm going to put that spin on it there. Perhaps people might overinterpret it. Perhaps people, particularly with the swords, might look a bit too in-depth into it. They might decide to start dissecting it. So the other card I pulled for you is the Five of Wands. And it would suggest here, where people start talking about stuff, you have to decide how protective you're going to be of your work that you've owned. When you pass it over into the domain of other people, it becomes their interest, their hobby, their fascination. And you have to kind of let it go. Otherwise, it might start eating you up if people become a little bit critical, or they say they don't like that. So you kind of got to be a little bit, think about where your next stage of this is going, because this wolf here is just protecting the cubs, but it looks quite scary. So, all in all, it looks okay, but I'm just putting up some thoughts for you there about what happens after the publishing. How are you going to respond to people's responses, whether that's positive or perhaps not quite so positive?
And I know you said it after the publishing, but I was thinking that the two knights are offers. So it could be that there's going to be two different kind of offers to be published.
That could be.
One that, it's more on the, it's a logically a good thing, but then the other one is where your heart is going to.
That's a nice thought. I never thought about that. You've got somebody who's going to be quite matter of fact and, right, this is it. The Knight of Swords is this, if it's going to go out, but we're going to have to do these changes or do that. Or do you go with that one, which is nicer?
Which feels right, which just feels right. It might not be the logical answer. So there could be some, and the Five of Wands could be that fight inside of you, when you need to choose between the two. And that even rhymed.
What more?
Exactly. So my two cards, I have four, but the first two cards, one of them is the Page of Wands. And I know that you're done with the what might feel like it's the bigger part of the writing a book, which is actually writing the first, or I don't know how many, like you're just starting editing, or you already edited a few times. Just based on my, experience, I thought that coming up with the first draft was the big thing, but then I started editing and I was like, okay, this is the hardest part. So you need to remember that you're starting a different creative process right now with editing, because now you're looking at sentence structures and how the story you want to tell takes place, how it's shaped. It's different. So you need to go back to that student mindset where you're open to experience things differently, where you're open to learn from other people, like look up other editors or writers who are talking about how they edit, because that can be very, very useful for you. We also have the Eight of Hazards, which is the Eight of Pentacles. It's a work. You will have to do it. Sometimes it's going to be very boring. Sometimes you're going to feel like you're not making any progress. Trust me, you're doing it. You're making progress. It just takes much longer than someone who never edited a story. I don't know if you wrote different stories before, but if you haven't, it might feel like that, I just need to edit it once and it's going to be done. I think I'm on my third or fourth draft right now, because as soon as I was done with one, draft, I went back because I had to fix things in the earlier part of the story because I changed something in the end of it. So it's a lot, but it's fun. It's fun. You need to remind yourself that you're enjoying. You want this. You want this. And like I showed the hangman. We should look at that. Like yippee-ki-yay! But after I pulled another card, I kind of feel like, because it's about your life, and I'm just gonna make an assumption that it's gonna be a story that you want to inspire people with, because I'm assuming your life wasn't easy, and that's why you want to talk about it. And the hangman can represent that. What's the word? Victim. Like a victimhood mentality, where you coming, when you can just show that, hey, I was the victim of circumstances, but I overcome them. And usually people want to tell stories about that, or they want to just talk about what they went through. But I pulled one from the Zombie Oracle, and this is the Reinventing Yourself card.
Oh, nice.
Which I love. And look at that. She is so cool. And I kind of feel like these two, that maybe because I had that in mind to what to do so that the book is going to be successful, is maybe focus a bit more on the words. Where are the words from my head? The lessons you've learned, the conclusion that you arrived to, everything that you learned, maybe focus more on that element than the tragedy or the experience itself, because maybe for you the first part is more important because that's your experience, and I'm not saying it's not, but maybe for the people who want to or who will read your book, what you learn from everything, the experiences, are going to be something that they can like build into their own life, they can use and learn from. So maybe just a bit of where you want to put the emphasis on in the story. It could be something, just like, think about it. Obviously your story, your book, your life, but yeah, I would say that.
Wish you all the best with Teresa.
Yes, absolutely. Like, we're very, very supportive on this channel about books getting published. Honestly, I need to. I know I need to. Okay, so yeah, we're done for today with the things. And we're good.
Fun.
It's more than an hour.
More.
We can talk.
We can talk. We didn't hang around with the cards, did we? We were slinging them.
Yes. Bang, 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 bang.
Nice pouch I've got for my autumnal druid craft.
Oh, how many copies do you have now? Do you have all the 4 seasons?
5.
Yeah, you have all the 4s done, like edged and everything?
No.
Okay.
No.
Silly me.
No, I've got autumn and winter. That's all I need. Another couple of just normal versions of it. Because you can never have enough, can you?
I mean, I have one that I got from you, so that's enough for me.
I could have had 6, but I gave one away to you. There
yes,
you go.
Exactly. Okay, so yeah, do you want to pull a card for the collective at the end? For everyone for everyone who watched silently and didn't speak.
Which deck would you like?
I mean, I'm partial to my Zombie Oracle, so I want to know.
Well, I'm gonna break tradition. I'm gonna go Deviant Moon.
Oh, that's so good.
Because I put the other ones away. Oh, should we do a bit of riffling? Come on, I can do that.
I'm trying. Let's do this.
This deck's really quite difficult to riffle. Really easy.
I mean, the deck is good. It's just my hands. Well, yeah, so next week I'm hoping to do the Show Me Your Death card. So if anybody wants to join, please do. Let me know. Because I sold a bunch of decks, so I don't really have a lot anymore. Ooh. Okay. I think I'm gonna go after you because mine is an oracle, so I'm kind of curious how it's gonna tie into what you're saying.
I've got 4 of cups.
Oh, okay. I understand. Done.
Yeah. This is a real idea of being very bored rather than what have you got prepared? Is that...
Yeah, because it's like, yeah, get prepared. You don't just look around and
this is the opposite of prepared. This is wasting time, getting in your own headspace, not wanting to do anything because you can't be bothered and you're not inspired to do it. So don't be that. Be prepared.
And I kind of, like, because the prepared card is in the zombie apocalypse is when you have those cans that you can eat. It's kind of like, isn't it like boring to eat all those things, the same things over and over again? So it's good for you to be prepared, but try to spice things up because these 2 cards together, they kind of reek of boredom.
So and
boredom's
okay because boredoms are autopilot, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's the problem. It's a bit dull. The problem is we don't like things being dull, but then when you get a tower or the Wheel of Fortune, that upsets you because all of a sudden things change. We can't win, can we? Let's be honest.
No, we don't. Oh, but look at the lovers. We can. Love can win. Love can conquer everything.
Win. Or just go up a tower and throw a cup off it. That's all you need to do.
Be prepared for falling cup.
Wear a helmet. Precisely. Wear a helmet all week.
We got the message. Sometimes the message is not groundbreaking or like, oh, everything is gonna be fine and the things are wonderful. Sometimes it's just like, life can be boring. Spice things up because
exactly. Do what you can.
It's not gonna be better if you don't do anything.
Yeah.
So for everyone who had to hear this, I hope this helps. I love reading cards.
I like that.
Okay, but anything coming up on your channel?
Yeah, I've got loads coming up. This is exciting. So this coming Friday, Gerald and I are simulcasting on our channels.
Ooh.
And we're doing, hang on, I have to read it to you. It's about to be posted. We're celebrating Friday the 13th with me and Gerald, Hershey and Thomas, and we're doing Trick or Treat Twisted Stories. So between the 4 of us, we're doing a bit of a kind of spooky Halloween Friday the 13th trick or treat. What's it going to be, a trick or a treat, and get lots of reading. So that's this Friday. Then this is exciting as well. The following Friday, the 20th of October, I have Andrea Asti, who is the the Tarot of the Alchemist. He's coming onto the channel and he's going to talk about his magical world and his magical tarot deck. And I think it was on Kickstarter last year it was launched. So look out for that one. So do like and subscribe and set the bell and the alarm thing and do everything else because you'll miss it if not. Yeah,
and Rich's channel is linked in the description, so no need to like look for it. Oh, I can't find him. Oh, you can. It's in the description. All you need to do is click the button.
People. No excuses.
Exactly. So my channel, I talked about it somewhere in the beginning of the video, I think, or stream, that I have this month. This happened September. Video coming out this Thursday, and the audio is crappy, so I'm really sorry because I'm in retrograde, turns out. But if you want to catch up with my channel and me, then you can just watch me talk for 44 minutes because I can talk. This is still shocks me that how much I can talk when I press the record button, because I never imagined myself being a camera whore like this, but I am. So, and if you're looking for a deck for Halloween, I know Halloween is almost here, but you can still buy my Zombie Oracle. It's 60 cards now. You can find it on MPC or Etsy as well. So just support me if you want to give me your money. But yeah, I have other decks as well that are only available right now on Make Playing Cards, but hopefully at some point I can move everything to Etsy. We will see. We will see. And then I will have a bunch of live streams at the end of the month. I will have our yearly annual Five of Pentacles live stream. I think on the 1st of November. That's what we decided.
Yeah.
And then I think we are gonna do a reading on the 31st of October. Same time, it's a Tuesday, but there's gonna be people. We're gonna do readings.
Halloween.
Yes, Halloween. Yeah, it's awesome. And on the 30th, the day before, because I went in the complete other order, because why not? I'm gonna be a guest on Lady Night of Lady Night. What is Maria's channel name?
Lady Night of Avalon.
Lady Night of Avalon. For some reason, I was like, oh, that's Sandra's channel, but no, Sandra is different. And Carla is gonna be there, and we're gonna play Supernatural Trivia, which I'm gonna fail because even though I love the show, I know shit about anything. So I'm gonna fail that live stream so bad. But it's gonna be 3 days in a row. I'm gonna be live streaming everything. So you can subscribe to my channel as well. It's gonna be fun. Yes, you need the Zombie Oracle season 2. Yes. Everybody needs it. It's a fucking good deck. Honestly, I know I created it, but it's a great deck. And if you're not convinced, I don't know why. Oh, it's okay. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, let's end this stream and awkward waving and all that stuff. Bye, guys.